Okay, so Xing Hui has a question. I would like to ask two questions. Since Buddhism talks about planting and ripening of wholesome and unwholesome karmic seeds based on conditions of ripening, is there any role in prayer? Is there such things called miracle? Yeah, that's an interesting question. So, what is the role of prayers? Yeah, first of all, what are prayers? So, generally speaking, in most religions, a prayer is a request. Yeah, in most religion, a prayer is a request to beseech a higher being to interject. Yeah, to do something in a way abnormal. Yeah, uh, where something is supposed to happen, normally it will happen. Now you request for help to make things different. Yeah. If something should happen, uh, like if what you are requesting is normal, yeah, and it would happen anyway, then there's no need to ask some higher being because it will just happen, right? Or if it is to request for something that ordinary people can fulfill, then you don't also don't need to make a prayer. You don't need a higher being to do it, right? Uh, like if you're hungry, do you need to pray? No need, huh? You just send your prayers to Deliveroo. Yeah. You send your prayers to Grab Food, then huh? One of the agent will come and deliver the food to you. Yeah. And fairly consistent. This is a fairly consistent thing. And then and with prayers, then in some cases, then there's the idea that that's you must return something. You must return something. Yeah. Uh, Different religions define it differently, or different religions have different beliefs. Yeah. Of how this work. Uh, so, but generally speaking, uh, theistic religion, yeah, religions that are theistic uh, usually have such a concept of prayers. Okay, yeah. So with that in place, then how about Buddhism? Yeah, how about Buddhism? Uh, is there a place for such a thing to happen? Yeah. Do we pray to Buddha or Bodhisattva or Arahant to ask for help? Yeah. Um, well, uh, for many Buddhists, they do that anyway. Yeah. We pray to 观世音菩萨. Yeah. 南无观世音菩萨，不作保庇自己多水，平安顺顺，爸爸多谈。Yeah. So this is quite a standard prayer that Southeast Asians do. Chinese Southeast Asians do. So does it mean that Guan Yin Pusa is into business management? Yeah, and insurance. Yeah, is in the insurance. So you pray, then he give you the insurance. So as people learn about the Dharma, then some people start to have the idea that, oh, actually in Buddhism we don't do such prayers, right? The Buddha's teaching is always about self-reliance. Yeah, you learn the teachings, you apply the practices, then you benefit from it. Yeah, in a way that's true. Yeah, because you see this happening in the Buddha's time, where people come to the Buddha give advice. Yeah, the Buddha counsel them, the Buddha give them some exercise to do. Yeah, Don't think that giving exercises to do is a modern thing. When Kisa Gotami lost her child and then she went a bit crazy, at some point she was directed to see the Buddha. When the Buddha saw her, the Buddha didn't give her any Dharma talk. Yeah, the Buddha didn't like say anything that you would consider as a Dharma talk. Instead, the Buddha gave her an exercise, asked her to go and get 3 mustard seeds. Yeah, saying that if you can get mustard seeds, I can bring your child back to life. And then, but the condition is it must come from a family that has not experienced any death before. In that state of the moment, any suggestion is hope for her. You know, fortunately, she saw Buddha. If she saw others like 什么炉什么台的 then she'll be told that there's a lot of 冤亲债主 yeah, she'll be told that she 一定造了很多杀业 must have killed yeah, and she must tell her 生辰八字生肖 and whatnot. But anyway, Buddha, by instructing her this way, get her to go and do something. Yeah, but in the end, when she, of course, would you even do the exercise? Would you do the exercise? Some of you, yes. Some of you don't know how to reply because you are trying to give the correct reply. In Dharma class, don't try to give the right answer. Give your answer. Yeah, how you would really do if you are told to do this. Yeah. Model answer never get anybody enlightened. right answers don't always get people enlightened. Many times the wrong answer get people closer to enlightenment. Because the wrong answer shows you where you are at. Yeah. A lot of times when I ask students to do exercises, they start to try to understand why must do this. They start to try to figure out what is the bottom line. Sifu, cut to the chase. Just tell me what I'm supposed to understand. I'm sure if you tell me, I can understand it. You tell me what I'm supposed to realize, I can realize. Okay, lor, realize emptiness. Can or not? Can realize? Cannot. Yeah. Okay, lor, realize no self. Can realize not? Cannot. Okay, I'll realize that all things are subject to death. Can realize not? Can know, can understand intellectually, but your child die, you cannot accept, still cannot accept. That's why people's prayers are not answered. too much trying to understand, you know, sometimes. Yeah. So, but Kisa Gotami just went ahead. Just went ahead, house to house, door to door. But each time when she was offered the mustard seed, unfortunately, the family don't fulfill the condition. At the end of the day, she then come to her own realization that, you know, to find a family that has not experienced death is an impossibility. Yeah. And in that way, her prayers are answered. In that way, her prayers are answered. But when she went to see the Buddha, she didn't do a prayer the way we usually think of prayers. Yeah. She didn't do that. Yeah. All she did was look for the Buddha, ask him, you know, can you save my child? Can you, you know, bring the child back to life? So, but at the same time, I must tell you, in the Buddha's time, there are also those who actually do the prayers like the way we do. There was a sutta where it talked about how one of the heavenly being was captured by one of the, I think, Yaksha. Yeah, either Yaksha or Asura, I can't remember. I think there are multiple cases, and one of them is probably Yaksha, one of them is probably Asura. And then at that moment, that heavenly being that was captured, like sort of, you can say it as a prayer, but as I recall the sutra, it was like he just recited homage to the Buddha, Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. And then he basically like asked for help, like, please help me, something like that. Yeah, but it's not the Buddha who kind of helped him. It's another heavenly being who came to help him. Yeah, and it's merely that when he recite Namo Tassa, he declared himself as a disciple of the Buddha. That, hey, over here, there's a disciple of Buddha under threat. So another heavenly being who is of a higher level came over and then told the, I think told the Yaksha or the Asura, I think should be Asura, because Asura is actually on par with some of the lower heavenly beings, and told the Asura, let go of him now, he's a disciple of the Buddha. Yeah, if you don't let go of him, I'll split your head into 7 pieces. And then with that, the Asura let him go and then went back to the Asura king. And then Asura king is like, hey, why are you back empty-handed? I thought you went out to catch the other heavenly being. Then they said, oh, I tried to catch him. I managed to catch him, but he's a disciple of the Buddha. He's under protection by some of the heavenly beings. I can't touch him. So some of these suttas, very interesting. Yeah. Oh, for a while, I saw Xiao Fang video. I thought, hey, how come there's a horse in front of him, of her? Looks like she's riding a horse. Suddenly I thought, hey, how come there's a horse in her house? Yeah, so how is there such a thing as prayers? Because further, if we look at some of the sutras, right, it does talk about prayers, right? Like especially in the Mahayana sutras. Yeah, in the Mahayana sutras, it does talk about how the Bodhisattvas or the Buddhas, they give an assurance. Yeah, if you recite my name, if you're in danger and you recite my name, you will be free of the danger. Right? So it seemed to allude to that there is such a thing. Yeah. But does it mean that it can overcome the ripening of wholesome, unwholesome karmic seeds? Like, so for example, your wholesome karmic seed is about to ripen and you're about to win 4D. Somehow you go and buy 4D, and then you are about to win, and then you, Namo Guanxin Pusa, please don't let me win the 4D. You quickly go to Simalu, go to the Waterloo Street, and then wow, big one, and then you pray, Namo Guanxin Pusa, please. Like, I accidentally buy 4D. I accidentally queue up for half an hour and accidentally pay $10 to buy the 4D. Yeah. Then, but now I regret. Can you please stop it? I don't want to win the 4D. Any of you try to pray for 4D not to open? Huh? Never. Yeah. Our prayers is always to help us avoid what we don't want and to get what we want. Right? Yeah. So my teacher said this. This is what he said in one of the you know the Guanxin Pusa Pumenping. Yeah. Yeah. In that chapter, it does very clearly say, the Guanxin Pusa will come and solve your problem as well, right? So my teacher then says, but if that's the case, then everybody should be getting what they want. Why is it that not everybody get what they want? And case in point, Singapore, so many people buy 4D. I'm pretty sure a good number of them all also pray to Guan Yin Pusa, right? Yeah. Go and queue up here, half an hour, buy 4D, then walk a few meters over, go to Simalu, pray. Huh? Yeah. So my teacher says, Guan Yin Pusa don't just grant people's wishes, like just because you ask for it, he will fulfill that. He will observe by fulfilling your wishes. Does it help you in your cultivation? Does it lead to lesser greed, hatred, and delusion? Or does it lead to an increase in greed, hatred, and delusion? Your request, is it based on the wholesome intent or is it an unwholesome intent? So depending on that, then Guan Yin Pusa may do something to help you. This is what my teacher said. But then, can Guan Yin Pusa that means override karma? Cannot also. Yeah. What I've learned so far is that the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, they will, because they are able to observe what links you have, what wholesome links, what unwholesome links you have, yeah, and what are the conditions for them to ripen. So they appear as though they can just out of thin air make things happen, but it's still your wholesome karma that is ripening. Yeah. But those karma that is already at fruition stage cannot be stopped. Yeah. So in the teachings, the Buddha is said to have highlighted that the most powerful, the force of karma is something that you cannot overcome. Yeah. 业力是不能转的. This is meant to say that 重业不能转. Secondly, that means heavy karma cannot be turned. Yeah. And then karma that has reached the point of fruition, already fruition, cannot turn already. Yeah. Before that, maybe you can still do something to transform it or to sort of delay it. Yeah. So in Buddhism, this is how we look at things. And that's why in Buddhism, the focus, if you learn teachings, the focus is always to plant wholesome seeds. Yeah. And to not connect with defilements. Because how do the seeds ripen? It is because of our defilements that they ripen. Because of defilements that we act and we plant seeds, because of defilements that we nurture them, because of defilements that we cause them to ripen. Without defilements, they are just there doing nothing. They can't do anything. Yeah. So then the last part, is there such a thing called miracle? There are a few suttas where lay people ask the Buddha to manifest miracle. Yeah. And in both cases, the Buddha refused. And then on the third time of request, the Buddha explained and said that there are three kinds of miracles in this world. Yeah. So there's the miracle of clairvoyance. Yeah, being able to read people's mind. Yeah. So that's one kind of so-called miracle. Then there's also the miracle of psychic power, where a person is able to walk in the air, go through the ground as though it's water, and so on and so forth. Yeah. Or maybe even manifest in from one manifest to many, from many manifest to one, and so on. But then he said there's a third miracle. And the third miracle, sometimes translated as instruction, sometimes translated as education or something. Yeah, mostly translated as instruction. And then he says, wherein A Tathagata arrives in this world, yeah, fully awakened, and he turns the wheel of Dharma. He gives the teaching of Dharma, and then there are those who are worldlings, who would give ear, who would lend ear, who would listen to it, and then practice accordingly, and become enlightened. Yeah, he said this is the third miracle. Yeah. So it's very interesting. You compare the first two with the third one. Most people don't think of the third one as a miracle. Yeah, as something that is astonishing, that is amazing, Yeah. And then the Buddha said, of the three, the third one is the most supreme. Yeah. The Buddha added that because the first two is like the show of a magician. Yeah. Um, so in Buddhism, we go for the third miracle. Uh, the third miracle is also something that is more reliable. Prayers, how reliable are prayers? Not criticizing other religion. Maybe other religion are very reliable. Yeah. Some students, this is actual cases, okay, not trying to pick on other religion, but some students have ever told me over the years, different students, they tell me, hey, Shifu, hey, recently I heard there's miracle healing. Yeah, is there such a thing? Yeah, is it okay to go? Yeah. Is it true? Is it true? They say that if you go, then you can be cured, You have any illnesses, anything, you can be cured. So I said, well, and in this case, it happened to be Christianity. Again, not criticizing Christianity, I think, but happened to be, okay. I think in many religion, there is such a, promise. But in fact, even in Buddhism, there is one, right? But this is not something that is emphasized. Yeah, because the Buddha himself, in the Buddha's time, and his monks, they go and see doctor also. If this is something reliable, then the Buddha just say, see what doctor? Dr. Jivaka, don't waste our time. We just cure each other. So anyway, I told that student, I said, if you think that miracle healing works, then consider this. Think about it. Today, predominantly in across the whole world, what kind of medicine is most prevalent? What kind of medicine? Western medicine, right? Western medical science is purported, is seen as fact. Yeah, it's a fact. Yeah, not a belief. Why? Because it works. So I told them, I told the students, I said, so then if prayers do work, then Western medicine, medical science wouldn't have developed. No need to develop, right? But yet, Western medical science started in Western world, yeah, in the midst of, Christianity, Christian history, right? So what does that tell us? Yeah, what does that tell us? But taking Christianity out of the picture, I just shared the other day about, I think today is Saturday, on Thursday class, I shared this. I said, as far as this kind of supernatural power is concerned, as far as this kind of like miracle is concerned, I only have one request. Don't try to cure cancer. Cancer is too complicated, Don't try to cure aging and death. That one is, maybe there are some repercussions. Cure this. Yeah, cure this. I know it's not fair. Some of you have perfect eyesight, too bad, nothing to cure for you. Yeah. But the rest of us who have astigmatism, have myopia, yeah, long-sightedness, short-sightedness, whatever sightedness, yeah, if there's some divine being out there, who is all powerful, who can perform miracle cure tomorrow, or maybe not tomorrow, today, noontime, okay? Yeah. Throughout the world, everybody be cured of this. How about that? If that can happen, then we sit down and talk. Then we can, then there's some basis to talk. Then we can say, okay, this really happened. Yeah, I said this to some people who are trying to convince me, yeah, that there's miracle cure. I say, I'm not greedy. Yeah, I don't say you must cure cancer, cure AIDS, like now COVID-19. Hey, Sifu, if you can do a prayer, why don't you pray for COVID-19? I said, no. Let's go small. Go for the low-lying fruit. Cure astigmatism first. You cannot cure this, you want to cure COVID-19. Yeah. But I'm not saying that any particular religion should be responsible for curing astigmatism. All I'm saying is that usually when we talk about miracle, we usually think of healing, right? Yeah. If you have a problem at work, do you go and pray for a miracle? Okay, maybe some of you are so desperate. Yeah, your boss is so pray for a miracle. May my boss be nicer. Is that a miracle? May I have better relationship with my family. Is that a miracle? This is the kind of miracle that the Buddha's teaching can give us. Yeah, by learning the Dharma, changing ourselves. Yeah, then we can become the miracle maker on a daily basis. That is the greatest miracle. 愿消三障诸烦恼，
愿消三障诸烦恼，
愿得智慧真明了，
愿得智慧真明了，
不愿罪障悉消除，
不愿罪障悉消除，
世世常行菩萨道。
世世常行菩萨道。
阿弥陀佛。Yet again, may be guided and protected by the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And as always,
乖乖。
have a miraculous day ahead.
谢谢师父，
Thank you, 师父。
谢谢大家。